Hello to one and all, this is the Holy Hermit, and I'm back with another video on Diablo 3. This time I'll be completing the information I provided in the last video about patch 1.0.7. In the last video I discussed the character class changes. In this one I'll be specifically talking about every other changes included. Hey, that also means the new PvP, or duelling as they are calling it right now, the new crafting system, new gems have been added, and a little more info. So here I begin. Firstly, I'll be covering the general changes, starting off with Nephilim Valor. We were tired, weren't we? We finish every act, we go to the next one, and we lose it all. I mean the Nephilim Valor. Now, the Nephilim Valor will persist through all acts. You can keep it. Now what that means, farming Act 4 would be slightly more useful, or more entertaining to say the least. Well, there it is, your Nephilim Valor stacks will persist through all acts. The next thing, most people asked on the forums, and they have made certain changes to it. Very small, I might say, but changes nonetheless. So they've added base pickup radius. Well, they've added a little bit to it. It's not a significant change, but you wouldn't have to circle around a piece of gold or an item you want to pick up and clicking it 100 times hoping you will pick it up. Just walk over it now and you will be able to pick it up. But it's not a big significant change. Blizzard had notified us that. It's not a big change, but it will get rid of the frustration. The next bit, resurrection timers. Playing on higher monster power, you die again and again, and the timer keeps on piling up. You end up with 30-second timer, 28, and that can be annoying. Well, they've taken care of that. There is no resurrection timer. Well, there is one, I guess, but the delay does not increase every time you die. So there's a flat 5-second delay now. Now don't be alarmed, it's not 2 seconds added to the current one, it is the same as the current one, because the current one also adds in two more seconds when you're about to click the button and the whole animation starts. So yeah, all the penalty, death penalty so to speak, has been taken away. Another little variation, but which is very important if you look closely into your character. Remember, every time you'll be surrounded by a mob of enemies, you get hit and then you lose control of your character for a certain amount of time. Now I'm not talking about fear or any other control impairing effect. I'm just talking about that fraction of second when you get hit and you're trying to attack the other person, or in my case, I'm trying to Tempest run away from him. I couldn't do it. Well, now they've fixed that. That's what the patch info says anyways. So there's that. Next bit is very important to us all farmers. Almost important to every other Diablo player, to be honest. Now, they've added the bonus XP you get on every monster power has been increased. And this goes from MP1 all the way down to MP10. Now, I'll say the new values. I'm sure you all know the old monster power XP values anyways, but I'll start with the current changes. MP1 will have a 25% increase bonus. You go to 2, 50, 3, 80, 4, 120, 5, 165, all the way up to MP10 for 510%. Just to give a little comparison, MP1 earlier had only 10% bonus XP increase, now it's 25. For MP2 earlier it was 20%, so now it's 50%. So in all lessons, MP1 compared to the old MP2 is better, as in 25 compared to 20. So that's always good, right? That's it for the general changes. Now here's something very interesting. Crafting. Lots of changes have been made in this section, most of them to our favours, to add a little bit of twist to the game, a little more variety, a little more incentive for you to play the game for longer. First up is Demonic Essence. Yes, it is a new crafting essence that has been added in the game, and the way you can obtain it is by killing elites in Inferno. Now, any elite in Inferno has a 20% chance of dropping this item, and that is at monster power 0. You keep on increasing the monster power, the chance increases from 20 to 23 to 26.4 to 30, and so on up to MP10 where it's 80%. Almost 81 actually. Also, another thing that must be made clear is this reagent you're going to pick up from these elites is account bound. So I believe there's no way for you to sell it or for other players to sell it. So the more you farm, the more you're going to find this. And a little incentive more to this farming, if you will, is blacksmith plans and jeweler design drop rates have been increased to 400%. Most of you might have your jewelers upgraded to all full. You've got all the plans. But hey, finding plans for blacksmith, that's a whole big issue. There's 100 of them, right? So they've increased the chance to 400%. There's that. With regards to crafting, Blacksmith has found 4 new recipes that we can search for. Well, they are Archon Spaulders, Archon Gauntlets, Archon Armor, and Razor Spikes. I'm sure you all know these names. These are all level 63 rare items. Now you can craft them on your own. When you do craft them, they are going to be account bound, just like your Hellfire Ring. Crafting them will require 1 demonic essence. So there we are. That's one thing that's always going to be there, along with a few other things that I'll talk later. Jeweler. A new recipe has been added for Jeweler, and that would be, wait for it, it's an amulet. An amulet would be a level 63 amulet, will have 6 affixes. Of course it will be account bound like Hellfire Ring, but it will also require 1 demonic essence to craft it as well. On top of that, a hefty 100k gold prize, 1 perfect gem, which would be whichever stat you're after. So they're all stat specific, if I may say. You got 4 different types of gems, so you can craft 4 different types of amulets now. And to wrap it up, you also need a fiery brimstone. So to make an amulet, you need a demonic essence, 100k gold, 1 perfect gem of your choosing, and a fiery brimstone. A new tier of gem has also been added. If you think you've had it all, you're on the Radiant Star gem, well, they've added another one. It's called Marquise. And the way you want to make Marquise, well, before you make that actually, there are 4 types of course: Emerald, Topaz, Amethyst and Ruby. Well, Emerald, Marquise will take the crit hit damage to 110% if you put it in a weapon. With Helm you get extra gold up to 33%. With Armor, your dex has gone up to 62. So it's almost like the same effect as the next tier of weapons, is it not? Sorry, next tier of gems you had earlier. The same goes for Topaz, Amethyst and Ruby. I'll talk about specific weapon upgrades here. For Marquise Topaz, if you put it in a weapon, you get Thorns for 2200. Amethyst would give you 700 life on hit. Ruby will give you 150 min and max damage. And if you put these in the helm, you got 33% better chance of finding magic item in case of Topaz, 19% to life for Amethyst, and bonus XP by 33% for a Ruby. And these gems, the way you want to create them is by using 3 Radiant Star gems. Now that is one hefty price, as I said earlier. Also, if you think that was not enough, you got 20 million gold, yes 20 million, and 1 demonic essence to craft these gems. If you want to unsocket them, oh please don't, because it's going to cost you 5 million gold just to unsocket them. And these designs of course will drop randomly from all level 63 monsters in the game. So what that means is you have to play the game on MP1 on higher if you want to farm on Act 1-2. One of the most important things we were all looking forward to was PvP being included into this patch. Well, they've added duelling instead. Now the way duelling works, you're supposed to speak to a merchant in your Act 1 right now. You speak to him and he puts you into a lobby, and there's 4 of you in there. So it's a 4-person free-for-all fight to the death. And you start the game, and I've spoken to a few friends who are participating in PTR at the moment. They all do agree it's a lot of fun, it's a decent change of pace. And what you do is, well, the map is not very linear, it's not very predictable, I guess. There are places you can hide, there are places you can, sit behind, wait for your skills to recover. So it's going to be very tactical. It's not all going to be gear based, believe it or not. I know gear will have a significant factor, but it will come down to your knowledge of skills. And I spoke to a Demon Hunter friend today with a DPS of around 420k. That's a lot. And he is doing well, but there were times when he was struggling to fight against a monk with 89k DPS. So there's that for you. These are all the changes that are going to be included in the patch. They are subjected to change, of course, as this is in public test realm at the moment, but all in all, it should stay the same. I hope you enjoyed the video. By all means, do subscribe to my channel if you like it. If not, I hope you all have a nice day ahead. Thanks ever so much for watching my video. Thanks, I'm out. Bye bye.